My name is Goetz Richter and I'm the President and Artistic Director of the Kendall National Violin Competition. The recent weeks have imposed radical change on our lives in music, on our musical listening, and on our culture of musical performance. Concert life as we knew it and as it has existed for more than 300 years has come to a stop everywhere. Not even the greatest wars have imposed such consistent restrictions on music, on musicians, and on their audiences. Performance collaborations between musicians have been halted. Orchestras and ensembles have gone into a hibernation. In some cases, such as that of the Melbourne Symphony, they have been dismissed as inessential by implication. There are attempts to replace musical life with music production behind a virtual curtain. Such attempts, as creative, as entertaining and even inspiring as they may be, remain mere shadows of the imagination and tidbits of creativity. The work of music teachers and their students has shifted into a realm where the essential elements of musical performance and interpretation are becoming increasingly difficult to perceive. Ordinarily, the pedagogical work of teachers with their students focuses on anticipation and tone. While the technological possibilities through media like Zoom or FaceTime seem satisfactory for remote conversation and discussion, artistic music making demands much more refinement and presence. The work on interpretive musical performance requires levels of detail that disappear inevitably when embodied physical presence is no longer possible. Online teaching and learning can achieve many useful and good things, but it does ultimately not support a satisfactory and confident pedagogical process for many musicians, especially where internet connection and the quality of technological equipment vary. Musicians are working in digital exile. Many may well make this exile their home in the future, and successfully so. Human creativity and adaptability is infinite, and optimism for the future is never misplaced. However, we know that a decline of musical performance and musical interpretation in an embodied immediate presence will dehydrate our culture. Without live musical performance, without its immediacy and without its embodiment, we will abandon our souls towards life-threatening levels of loneliness, of meaninglessness, and ultimately we will accelerate the most debilitating existential anxieties and fears. The Kendall National Violin Competition cannot ignore the current situation and the approach and decisions of public administrations. The absence of a real, authentic and immediate dialogue between teachers and their students, the impossibility of potential competitors to study with the support of appropriate collaborations and without access to live audiences and performance opportunity does not inspire confidence that potential entrants to the Kendall National Violin Competition will be able to prepare to their best ability in the near future until a minimal immediate interaction between teachers, students, their pianists and audiences is possible, and music making has returned to its authentic circumstances. Thus, it is with much disappointment that we must advise you that the competition for this year has to be postponed. At this point, we have set some new dates. The first round will close on August 31 of this year, and the semi-final round will be held in Sydney at the Conservatorium of Music on October 18 of this year. Our weekend of final performances and associated musical events is now planned for March 6th and 7th in 2021. We have also decided to extend the deadline for the Watermark Composition Prize to August 31 of this year to enable competitors to benefit from more time of preparation and to work with their teachers and mentors. All other conditions of the competition, such as repertoire and age categories, remain in place as specified in the original deadlines and performance dates. Thank you for your support and for your enthusiasm for the Kendall National Violin Competition. Please join me in the coming weeks and months to remind particularly public administrators and politicians about the essential life-giving nature of immediate, embodied live musical performance, its importance to our society, civilization, and to humanity as we know it. The essential importance of musicians and their ensembles is forgotten at our peril. The development of young people towards genuine and powerful abilities of interpretation and creativity provided by our art form is more needed than ever in a time where appearance displaces much of our authentic modes of life and where ignorance remains increasingly unchallenged. Live music making, musical performance and interpretation in the presence of listeners remains a unique and essential human need and ability. The Kendall Violin Competition is looking forward to receiving the entries from many, many wonderful young violinists in Australia in August of this year. We wish them, their teachers and parents much inspiration, much enthusiasm in their preparation and work at these perplexing times. I look forward to seeing many of you in October at the Sydney Conservatorium and in March 2021 in Kendall on the beautiful mid-north coast of New South Wales.